Good morning. Good morning to everyone here in the chapel. Good morning to those on Zoom. We welcome you. How many we got out there, Alan? We have 5 folks out there. Welcome to each and every one of you. And for those of you watching this service at a later time, that's on YouTube, we welcome you as well. We're so glad that you're participating, that you're here with us today. My name is Reverend Jim Ernst, and I am co-minister here along with Reverend Lisa Herklotz. And let's go ahead and share our mission statement. So, out loud, please join me. Unity of Charlotte is the place where we nurture a deep and mature experience of God through the practice of unity principles. Simply put, we are here to love, grow, and serve. If that's all you remember, love, grow, and serve, that's what we want to be doing here. So absolutely. If you're here for the first time, we would love to be able to welcome you, gently welcome you. If you're here for the first time, just raise your hand, nice and easy. There we go. We got a couple of folks. So welcome to Unity of Charlotte. And if you haven't already been given, we do have a packet of information that we'd love to share with you. It shares information on Unity of Charlotte specifically and on the Unity movement more broadly. So look at that. And then we also meet for fellowship afterwards. We invite you to come and say hello and let us get to know you a little bit better as well. So let's see. We have multiple ways of knowing what's going on at Unity of Charlotte. We have our website. We have our newsletter. If you want to get on the newsletter mailing list, you do that from the website. So you'll find that. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel. Please, what is it, Alan? It's not liking, it's subscribing. Please subscribe to our, pardon me? Subscribe and then like and then click the bell and then do a little dance. Yes, all with YouTube. And then, of course, we have our bulletin board, our physical bulletin board down the hall with plenty more stuff. We've also started revamping our Instagram, and we have started brand new. We've let go of Twitter, and we've moved to Blue Sky. So we have got all kinds of different ways to know what's going on and share with you on social media. So check those all out. And one of these days, we'll update this slide so that you can see that we're doing Instagram and Blue Sky as well. So, Eddie Watkins, I invite you to stand if you are able and sing along. You and Me, Eddie Watkins Jr.
Shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. Whoa! One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. Woo! One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. Cause God is all there is. One life, one light, one love. One life, one light, one love. One life, one light, one love. All right, all right, all right. One life, one light, one love. One life, one light, one love. One life, one light, one love. We're all shining. We're all shining from the inside out. So hey, you know you make me wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One life shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. Thank you.
Eddie Watkins Jr. Yes, absolutely. You may be ooh, another song. No. Oh, we're going to do it twice. Yeah. Let's do it twice. We have some announcements. So this is our last Sunday of June. And as you know, we have celebrated Pride Month. But also a reminder that in Charlotte, the Pride Festival, Parade, whatever else it is in August. So we'll look forward to that in August as well. We are affirming and supporting the LGBTQIA plus community. Our summer series is coming up. So July 19th, that's at Yvonne and Barb's house. August 2nd, that is at Patty Mary's home. And then to be determined in Gastonia. I couldn't find the name of that city. Gastonia, you know that city name, Gastonia. We will have a September gathering in Gastonia. This is our summer series. This is on affirmative prayer. This is coming together casually, sharing a meal, and just getting to know each other. We look forward to that so much. We also have a brand new, and I'm excited to announce this, brand new prayer shawl ministry. Is it brand new? It is. It's a prayer shawl ministry. This is yarn crafting with love and prayers for those. We're donating those things, those shawls, to people who are in need of comfort. As you knit, as you crochet, you are giving, you are praying over those items. No matter what your skill level is, join in this creative ministry to express your talents, nurture your soul, and make meaningful connections as the team works together on that. This is being organized, this is being led by Yvonne Stewart. Yvonne, give us a big wave. Go see Yvonne if you even have any questions. Like what's the difference between a purl and a knit and a whatever? She knows. So ask her any questions about the prayer shawl ministry after service here today. 90 days, we have our marketing kickoff. We're about a month into this. The first month we've asked you to take photos of all the things that are going on here. Share those with our marketing expert. She is receiving, and she's online right now. She's online. I wish we could get her picture up there. Marketing at unityofcharlotte.org is the email address. I sent one off just yesterday. I think I took a picture of the front of the church that looked really cool. So just make sure it's in focus and give her a little heads up what it is, who the people are, what the event was, marketing at unityofcharlotte.org. Also, make sure that the people you're taking pictures of are okay with that picture showing up on our newsletter as well. So some folks are a little shy in that way. So that's our marketing. And you know what? Next week, we're going to add to that list of things that you can do to help our marketing effort. So look forward to that next week as well. I think that is it for our announcements. So let's shift gears as we move into opening prayer. I invite you to take a breath, close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and move from your head down into your heart as we take that journey from the logical down into the feeling. We continue to breathe, move into the here and now as we gently shift from that thinking to the feeling. We notice our heart space. We allow that to expand in this moment of deep awareness that we're sharing here today on this Sunday morning. I open myself up to the reality above and beyond my humanity. something that we know and live here within Unity as we repeat the idea that I am divine. I rise into the realization that every aspect of my being, physical, mental, emotional, and especially spiritual, is divine. I remind myself that here this morning and throughout my week ahead. We know that we are an integral part of this community, and we are so grateful for that. We rise up and celebrate and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Amen. So, at this time, we also would like to invite you to participate in bringing those prayers together here today. So online as well, if you're on Zoom as well, you can type those situations or names here in the sanctuary. We will be saying those names out loud now. Hannah, Kurt, Darlene, we acknowledge these names, these situations, this apparent need that has shown up in our lives, and bless them and say, all is well. Let's share our unity prayer of oneness together. So out loud, there is one presence and one power in my life and universe, God the good, omnipotence. Know as well that we have a prayer team. We have a prayer box out in the hallway where you can take a slip of paper, write that prayer request down, slip it into the wooden box. We also have an online form. So on our website, you'll see the prayer on the menu, and you can go there and fill that out online. That gets emailed to our prayer team. You're held in prayer for 30 days. That is then sent to Silent Unity, which is our worldwide prayer team, and prayed for an additional 30 days. So lots of prayers going on. If you are ever in need of prayer 24 hours a day, you can always call Silent Unity direct and get a person. That is 816-969-2000, and you will be prayed with for whatever's going on in your life. 3 o'clock in the morning, whenever it is, whenever you need that time as well. I would like to invite up Kathy. As Kathy reads today's daily word. Good morning.
Today's word is
A
release.
little bit closer.
Okay, how about that?
Better.
Okay. I'll get it. It's the
It's all
fourth
right.
time
We're
I've been
talking
doing
to
it.
the folks at
Yeah,
home, yeah.
right. Okay. Today's word is release. I release and move forward with a grateful heart. Although any experience can be seen as a gift, bringing new insight or deeper understanding, it may be hard to appreciate it at first. When I struggle to release a painful memory, I can open my mind and heart to better receive the gift of that experience. For instance, learning why a relationship ended shows me where I can grow in understanding and empathy. Feeling the unconditional love of God, I forgive my past weaknesses and make amends where I can. When I recognize that holding on to resentments only hurts me, I can more easily release it and forgive. Blessed by the power of release and grateful for the power of God within, I move forward, ready to live and love fully again. And from Genesis 32, then he said, "Let me go, for the day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me."
Thank you, Kathy. And we have another song. This is Joy in Our Hearts. You may remain seated, but please sing along with Karen Drucker.
Peace for all seasons. Love every moment. Light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness. Hope in the silence. Joy. Sweet joy, in our hearts. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Every day is a choice to show some kindness. We all are part of one family, yeah. So connected. Hearts and spirit, I reach out for you, you reach out for me. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy in our hearts. Love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy, joy in our hearts. Oh, yeah. Talking about joy. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate light that shines. Shine, shine, shine. Let's celebrate faith. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Joy in our hearts. Now, peace for all seasons. Love every moment. Light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy in our heart. Oh, peace for our season, love every moment, light shines
joy in our hearts. Thank you. Let's open with a quick poll question. Are you ready? Not a pop quiz. I was going to say pop quiz, but I thought, oh, bad memories. We don't want to do that. Just a quick fun poll question. What's more likely to kill you? 6 alcoholic drinks a day, obesity, smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or loneliness? I did give you the answer key, but you're right. This came out from the U.S. Surgeon General in 2023. And it was a very sobering fact. And he put out a whole plan on what really we should be paying attention to. And I thought about it, because think about this. Loneliness has more impact on your health than drinking and cigarettes. Then I thought, well, loneliness is probably what would drive you to drink and smoke. So it's kind of the underlying factor of it. But this is really important, because if you notice how I created the title above, there's something right there in the middle of loneliness. What is it? Oneness. And we're gonna talk about that today. I want to start with talking about what is loneliness. What is loneliness, really? We often tend to think that it is caused by our social or physical environment, like I'm alone, I have no friends. But is it? Because have you ever been in the middle of a party and felt alone? Been in a crowd and felt alone? Been with friends and felt alone? Felt lonely? Have you ever been all by yourself at home and been totally happy, fulfilled? I know I have. So loneliness isn't really about whether we're around people or not. That's not really what creates this sense of loneliness. We might even feel lonely in our spiritual community. The very place where we want to come together and feel that sense of connection. And we often try to find ways to remedy that, right? How do we go try to fix it? Well, first of all, we'll go find someone to hang out with, right? Or a group of friends to hang out with. And that might alleviate that sense of loneliness for a little bit. Or we might distract ourselves with games on the phone, or jogging and running, exercise, because that gives us a boost. And it gives us a sense of comfort, but that comfort's temporary, because eventually that loneliness creeps back in. And then what do? We try to find more friends. And then we end up finding ourselves addicted to things outside of ourselves to ease this sense of loneliness. But it will never work. It will never work. Because loneliness is the ache of forgetting our divine connectedness. I read this in an article, and I loved that they called it an ache, because that's how I have experienced loneliness. It's an actual physical ache in my heart. I feel it. I feel it in my body. I feel it as an emotion. And it can happen when I'm with people and I don't feel connected to them. It can happen when I'm alone and I feel like nobody cares. So loneliness, it's a symptom of forgetting. It's a symptom of the imagined disconnection from our oneness. We are imagining and believing that we are not connected to all life, to God, to spirit, whatever you call that. But as you know, if you've been here in Unity, we teach oneness. We've been teaching it all month long, how to grow through oneness. So oneness is a spiritual principle, a spiritual truth, a universal truth. that all life is interconnected through the divine presence that indwells us. Which is another simple way of saying, a simpler way of saying is God is within us. God is the life expressing in us, as us, and through us. In you, as you, and through you, and you, and you, and every living being. And that's one. That's the one beingness that we're talking about. So when we feel lonely, and what we've discovered, now this advisory came out in 2023. Do you think we're doing any better? We are not. Pew Research found out that there's at least 17% of all adults surveyed feel isolation and loneliness most of the time. That doesn't sound like a big percentage, but it's a lot of people. When you look at ages, anyone under the age of 24 or anyone who is not in a partnered relationship, it goes to 24% feel isolation and loneliness. So this is still something we are very much experiencing. And this is what I really want to talk about, because that ache can't be filled by something outside of ourselves. It has to be resolved within us by a recognition of the one that's always present, even in a sense of loneliness. So what happens when we lose sight of our divine connectedness? What happens? Well, one thing is we fall into the illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the imagined belief that we are not all interconnected, that there is not this sense of beingness and purpose that is a part of our life and every living, and that we're a part of this whole life. We're a part of it, a valued and worthy part of it, because it couldn't be whole without us. But in loneliness, we have forgotten we're connected to this, and we believe in separation, and we start believing we are alone, completely alone. Now, how scary is that, truly, to think that you are completely alone? We start to think we don't matter. If I'm alone, then clearly I don't matter. And we start to think that nobody could possibly understand us. How could anyone understand me if I'm this separate little island with no connection? So that's all part of the illusion of separation. And this is the very fundamental belief from which all fear, every fear that comes up stems from this single idea, that we are separate from all that is. Same thing as saying we are separate from God. What happens is we become overwhelmed in ego-based living. Now, by ego-based living, I mean we're living from this small sense of self, this little I that's just me. And my whole world now is based on trying to feel safe, trying to feel okay, trying to survive, really. We're trying to survive. So our whole world becomes, everything we view, everything we perceive becomes, how can I use that to feel better about myself? And we really don't see anybody else at all. We can't, because we believe we're this little island unto ourselves. So every time we meet somebody, we're simply viewing them from a perspective of, how can this help me? What does this have to do with me? How do I relate to this? And what is that going to do? But it's going to create hyper-individualism, a high sense of competitiveness, and in addition to an addiction to technology. Because now we feel safer with what I can do on my phone than I do talking to somebody. And finally, we start to replace authentic presence with virtual contact. Now, I don't just mean virtual as in technology virtual, Zoom virtual, because that virtual space, you can make a connection. But if you don't know how to be present, then you're really not making contact with anybody or anything. And this is going to be a huge disruption for your soul, because your soul knows it's connected. It knows it's a part of something bigger. And that's what that ache becomes, is your soul saying, it's seeking nourishment, and nourishment that can only be made when we really connect, when we connect with God, when we connect with Spirit, when we connect with each other. And they all go hand in hand, because connect to one is to connect to all of them. So, our spiritual path, all our spiritual work, all our spiritual practice, as we teach it in Unity, is to help us see how we cut ourselves off from the oneness within which we are eternally enmeshed. That's the work. We're not creating the oneness. We don't have to even find the oneness. It's already there. But what we do have to do is find out how we're keeping it out of our awareness. What do we use? What do we believe? What hurts have we held on to that are creating a block to that awareness? This is Myrtle Fillmore. Can't say it any more plainer than that. There is no such thing as separation. All life is one life, one being. And it takes some practice in this experience of our world to really bring that into an experience and not just nice words. They're nice words, right? They're nice words. I like to say them. There is no such thing as separation. We're all one. It's just all one life. But how do I live that and embody it and actually see that that's the true nature of myself and everything? Engaging with, believing, and embodying this spiritual principle of oneness is not about just finding a sense of comfort for that ache, right? That's what we do when we go out and we find a friend, we find someone, we find a group to hang out with, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, okay? Because we're going to talk about that. It's a good thing. But I'm saying if you are reaching out and finding something outside of you to try to ease that ache, it will feel comforting initially. But when we embody an understanding of how we are part of this great interconnected expression of life, that goes way beyond comfort. That is liberation. That is liberation from any sense of ever feeling lonely. Because you are now coming from a consciousness and an awareness of the incredible interconnection of life all around you, going on all the time. Sound good? So, as a reminder, we often talk about, we use the waves in the ocean as an idea of what this oneness is. That wave comes out and it peaks and it appears and it expresses itself as an individual part of the ocean, but it always returns to the ocean. It's actually never separate from the ocean, right? So we're like waves on an ocean we come out and we express ourselves, but we forget often that we're still a part of this big, whole, wide, vast ocean of life that is movement and creativity and change and transformation and love. because it's whole, because no part of it is missing, because you are a part of it. You can't possibly be alone. And that changes not only how you experience yourself when you're alone, but it changes how you experience yourself when you are with people. So how do we do this? Because what's necessary is we must look inside to see what beliefs, what pains, what issues create the perception of disconnection. That's the work. So it's kind of like we don't go in and look for oneness. We turn within and go, what's keeping me from knowing my oneness? From knowing it, from being it and experiencing it. And it will come. Is there an unforgiveness I'm still holding on to? Is there a fear, a belief that I am less than, or I'm not worthy of being a part of this life? They're so deeply embedded that sometimes we don't even know we hold these ideas until we do the work of looking through them, allowing space for them to come forward, where we can then practice our spiritual practice of what we call denials and affirmations. So let's look at 3 different ways we can practice coming back to the awareness of who we are in the one. First, connect through presence. Connect through presence. Presence. When I say the word presence, I'm really talking about being fully present in the moment with whatever is going on, whoever is in front of you, letting go of any judgments, even if just for that moment, to be able to see what's really there. And what's really there is connection, because we are one. The oneness doesn't have to be found. It's already there. We're just clearing the way to see it. I would say practice this being with yourself. Practice presence with yourself. Take time to just sit and be quiet and turn within and ask yourself, if you're feeling lonely, what is this loneliness? What is this I'm feeling? Feel where it is in your body. Feel that ache. Give it space. Because you know what happens when we give space to fear or anxiety or loneliness? It begins to transform. Because the way we hold on to fear and anxiety and stress is by hanging on to it. But when we start to loosen and open and give it space, it naturally begins to it's vibration. Everything's vibration. And when we allow that vibration of loneliness space, it just opens up and begins to flow. And what can we discover? Our oneness. Our oneness. That's just been waiting for us to know it. Then I would say practice being with others. Practice being a presence with others. That means it's good to start with yourself, because that's a really good practice. To get curious and listen instead of judging. Be present with yourself. Now, be that with others. Be a compassionate witness. What's a compassionate witness? It means I'm here to listen and to be curious and to discover what it is you're sharing with me in this moment. Because when you're with someone, they want to share a part of themselves. They may not be skilled at doing it. So how it comes out might be not fun, might be a little rough. But we can be a compassionate witness to that, allowing them space to be who they are in that moment. I mean, if it gets abusive, you can say thank you and walk away, but don't carry it with you. But if they're just trying to share who they are, they're trying to connect, and they're doing it in a way that they know how, You get to be a presence of light, a presence of compassion, and a presence of a knowingness that we are one, that you're one with that person. You're one with all people. The second way to do that is connecting through community. So you remember I said, it's not about going into community to just kind of hide that ache that you're feeling, but use, especially your spiritual community, use that as a place to start to really open up and connect in a way that brings you back to an awareness of oneness. That's what a spiritual community is for. Invite people to reach out to you. Join a team. Sit with somebody new. I would invite all of you in fellowship today to, even if you know somebody, find out something new about them that you didn't know. Open up to a new curiosity and experience of each other. But do it with an intention of recognizing that there is a place where we are united in this flow of life. They're a unique expression. You're a unique expression. I'm a unique expression. We get to be unique expressions, but when we know we are coming from that one big ocean, it gets to be a lot more fun and not scary. Because you do not need to believe the same things to connect. And this is really important. And I read this in an article, and it rather surprised me because it talked about finding like-minded people, which I would say is a very good thing. And I still say it's a good thing. You want to find groups that are like-minded. But if you only stay with like-minded people and you only listen to and accept like-minded people, that's how cliques and cults form, right? Because now you're saying, well, I feel good as long as I'm connected to people who think exactly the way I do. Well, first of all, nobody thinks exactly the way you do or I do. Not exactly. We find general grounds of foundations of beliefs that we really connect in, and I think that's really powerful. Use that. But don't limit yourself to that. This is about reaching out to people who don't think the way you do. And you know we all have those people in our lives. For a lot of us, family members, friends, coworkers. Remember, this oneness has to be experienced with everyone to be one. So that's great practice. So remember, it's good to have your groups of like-minded people, but the kind of compassion and communication and connection we're talking about means broaden it out to everybody. Matter of fact, the spiritual teacher said, don't hang around with like-minded people. Find people that think different than you. Open your mind to them. Listen without judgment. And the more you do that, the more you become aware of the incredible power of the one presence in both of you. And that will not only be a gift to you, but it will be a gift to them, even if no words are ever shared. Because there's a part of them that knows too, and it will respond. Finally, connect through conscious service. I cannot say how incredibly beneficial and powerful it is to be in service. By service, I mean volunteering, showing up to help somebody, simply showing up to say, hey, do you need anything? Service means giving to something that isn't necessarily an apparent direct benefit to us. You're helping out to help someone else out. When we do this, and there's a reason this is such a powerful spiritual practice, because when we do this, what happens in here? What happens to that little, remember how we we get overwhelmed by ego-based living, which is I, me, mine, I, me, mine, I, me, mine, and we're constantly worried about ourselves. And we literally, I mean, I've had times that I'm sitting at home just going, I, oh my God, this and that, and this will impact me, and that will impact me, and how can I control this? It's a vicious cycle. When I get up and I get out and I go help somebody else, what am I thinking about? All that's gone. Like my heart and my mind expand. I feel good about myself, and I feel good that I'm actually engaged and participating in life that's bigger than me. And when I do that, I feel bigger. It doesn't have to be big acts. Small acts of kindness, small acts of volunteerism can be everything. When we do this, we remember that we are essential to the greater whole. And that's the great gift of being in service. So find a way to give yourself away, because everybody has something to give. And if you need help finding something, come talk to Reverend Jim or myself. We'll find something for you. We'll help you discover what your spiritual gifts are, and we'll help you find a place to utilize them. So, from Myrtle Fillmore, How to Let God Help You. This is one of the books that that they pulled together out of her writings. She reminds us we are not isolated beings, but expressions of the one universal life. Really saying exactly what Charles said, but I love the way she said, we are not, this is a denial, we are not isolated beings. And then an affirmation is we are expressions of the one universal life. When we at Unity talk about the practice of denial and affirmation, denials are used simply to say, this is not, this is what I'm thinking right now, but this is not the truth of me. This is not the truth of me. I will often acknowledge first, and I think it's important, if I'm feeling lonely, feel it. Wow, what am I feeling? I'm feeling an ache in my heart. I feel like I'm all alone right now. But I know that this is not the truth of me, because I am an expression of the one universal life. Do you see how that flows? We don't want to deny how we're feeling. That's not the proper use of denial in Unity. We acknowledge how we feel. But then we observe and say, this is not my truth. And then claim the truth. Claim the spiritual principle. So if I were to take this idea of loneliness, I would reframe it this way. Loneliness is not proof that we are disconnected. It is not proof that we are disconnected. It's a spiritual signal. It's our soul calling out that we are longing to remember our eternal oneness. Right in the middle of the word loneliness, it's right there. One. We can even say oneness. So now let's take a moment. Here's an affirmation I created. If this works for you, great. If it doesn't, you find the words that resonate with your heart. I will say this out loud, and then I'll ask you to repeat it with me. I am one with the presence of God in all life. Together, I am one with the presence of God in all life. Now I invite you to let's go a little deeper with this. If you want to sit back, allow yourself to find a comfortable, restful position. Gently close your eyes if that feels safe. If you want to keep your eyes open, gently focus them on the floor in front of you. And then take a moment to practice presence. This is the simplest thing you can do. It simply means bring all your focus and attention to right here, right now. If it helps, bring your attention to your breath and feel the air moving in and blowing out. The breath moves in and gently out. With each breath, we feel the physical body relax just a little more, knowing that in this moment it has nothing it needs to do or to hold on to. We let it find a sense of ease as we breathe in and out. Notice where your mind is, what thoughts are going through. You don't have to stop our thoughts. We simply let them flow by. There's any thought that comes up that am I doing this right? Am I ready for this? Do I want to be doing this? It's okay. This is just a thought. We let it flow on by, like as if we're sitting on a riverbank watching the stream of thoughts like a river flow before us. It just keeps moving. And as we feel those thoughts just flow, we feel a sense of flow in our heart. A deep inner sense of something greater than just this experience of me. We give that sense space and feel that space widen and expand in all directions. If any thoughts or feelings come up, we welcome them into the space and just offer them to the spaciousness. Take a moment to note any ideas or fears or situations or people that maybe keep coming up. Any emotions that you might be feeling, just say, oh, this is stress. This is an ache. Oh, this is my friend. And just offer them to this open space. And as you do that, remember to affirm and to claim, I am one with the presence of God in all life. I am one in the presence of God in all life. Then once again, bring your attention back to your breath, feeling the air moving in and gently being released. And know you can always come back to this place at any moment in time. It lives within you, and it connects to every living being. And when you are ready, bring your attention up gently behind your eyelids. Gently blinking the eyes open. We close this sacred space with namaste. Namaste. And we have the next song. We come together.
We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. One creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together now in one accord.
Jack Fowler, we come together. Thank you, Reverend Lisa. And Reverend Lisa not only gives us an awesome message, but I want to give her credit for finding the right song at the right time, and these lyrics were just perfect for that. So, good job. Now's the time where we get to experience the incredible power of giving and receiving. It is your very presence and your generous gifts that you offer that feed the vitality of this community and allow us to continue to grow and serve each other as well as serve our world. You'll see on the slide here the different ways of consistently giving to our ministry. That donate button on the website, you can text, you can use your phone and text a gift. You can set that up. You can set up the gifts on your bill pay with your own bank. You can use that QR code. If you want to run up and do the QR code right now, you can do it, and it works. No, never mind. I would ask that as we prepare to give our gifts here today, that you either take your gift, your physical gift, which cash, check, whatever it is, in your hands, or the image of it in your mind as well, as we bless it together. So, together out loud. Joyously I give this gift, knowing the divine presence blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I see. Thank you, God. Ushers, and I know that we have gifts in the plate as well. So as that plate goes around, take out that gift, which is an affirmation. We bless these gifts so generously offered as we claim the unlimited wellspring of life, substance, and intelligence within us. We joyfully give way to its flow as it transforms our lives, and we co-create an abundant spiritual community that blesses the world. Amen. Please join me in our prayer for protection out loud. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. We are light, love, power, and presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I invite you to stand if you are able, as I invite Fred up, and we are going to do our peace song together.
Pop, pop. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. And now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Yeah, 145. Oops.
Say hello to the people on Zoom. I'm sorry.
You can wear it.
Hello, everyone. What's going on? Did you do the county? Bye-bye from Charlotte. Thanks for being here. We love you.